Assistants, spies, bounty hunters, poets, fruit lovers. Greetings, Featherheads. Thwap Theorist here, and welcome to the first episode of my Creatures of Aerwiar series. Today, I'll be talking about Ridgerunners, including their strengths and weaknesses, memorable traits, and culture. I'm going to start off by reading a footnote from On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness, which describes the creatures for the first time in the story. Ridgerunners are a seclusive race that dwell primarily in the mountains of Dang. Their great weakness is fruit of any kind, in any form, whether plucked from a tree or baked in a crispy pie. Because of this, Ridgerunners are the chief enemy of the people of the Green Hollows, who grow fruit of many kinds. Each year, swarms of Ridgerunners descend the northern slopes of the Kill Ridges and steal fruit from the hollows. It's said that as long as you are not a fruit, a Ridgerunner won't eat you. Since there was no fruit directly involved in the Great War, the Ridgerunners of course remained neutral. Now, while Ridgerunners do come from Dang and the Kill Ridges, they aren't particularly evil in nature. And while most Ridgerunners in the Wingfeather Saga are in the service of Nag the Nameless, in every case it's only because of the promise of fruit in return. As the footnote said, fruit is the greatest weakness of all Ridgerunners, and this is apparent more than once in the story. I'll try to be as vague as possible to avoid spoiling anything, but at one point a certain Ridgerunner character is working for a man in exchange for baskets of fruit. He doesn't enjoy his job or the clothes he's forced to wear, and he doesn't particularly like his employer either, but he's unwilling to lose even a single apple, so he keeps working. In another book, a band of Ridgerunner huntsmen are seen hunting runaway trolls for Nag the Nameless in exchange for, you guessed it, piles of fruit. Later on, we discover that that same band of bounty hunters go on a 17-year quest searching for a stone bin house filled with every kind of fruit you can imagine. Eventually, they did complete their quest, but that just goes to show how devoted Ridgerunners are to their beloved fruit. However, as devoted as they can be, in the first book in the Wingfeather Saga, we learned that while the race is naturally fruit-loving, they're not necessarily bound to this obsession. A footnote on page 89 tells us, a free-thinking Ridgerunner named Tizrak Rizit scandalized the Ridgerunner culture when he comprised a poem entitled Love, Love, Love Hath No Endingness, and famously made no mention of fruit. But enough about the fruit thing. I'm sure you guys get the picture. Ridgerunners love their fruit. Now I'm going to go over some of the little creature's strengths and weaknesses. A Ridgerunner's greatest strength is their small size and natural agility. It is said that to catch a Ridgerunner is nigh impossible. This explains how they can so easily steal fruit from the brutal Hollows folk every year. They're so small and sneaky that it's no great feat for them to snatch up a few sugar berries while nobody's looking. In addition to their stealth and nimble feet, Ridgerunners also have far better hearing than humans, and can hear certain sounds from miles away. Their main weakness, other than fruit of course, is their size. Most Ridgerunners are child-sized, probably between 3 and 4 feet tall on average. As one might expect, this limits their strength severely. They are also extremely easy to deceive and bribe, provided that you can promise them a few apples, or a few hundred. But don't be fooled into thinking that they're stupid. They're actually really intelligent and unsettlingly clever, though some are smarter than others. As far as their history and culture goes, their past is not often discussed in the Wingfeather Saga, though we do know that they remained neutral in the Great War. Their culture, however, we do know a bit about. It is said that Ridgerunners are particularly fond of artful verse, though their subject matter is almost exclusively fruit. We also know that they steal from the Hollows folk annually, but this seems to be more than just a simple raid. The fruit of the Hollows is the fattest and juiciest in all of Aerwiar, and Ridgerunners actually seem to consider it a very important part of their culture and hold it in high honor. If a Ridgerunner is to swear an oath, he or she must swear by the fruit of the Green Hollows and the holes in the mountains. Now, does this mean Ridgerunners live in mountain caves? Possibly. We do know that the race dwells primarily in Dang in the Kill Ridge Mountains, so it's not unlikely. We never hear of Ridgerunner houses or villages as far as I can tell, so the holes in the mountains might be our only clue as to where they would like to live naturally. But that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you learned something new about Ridgerunners. If there's anything you know about them that I may have forgotten or left out, feel free to share it in the comments section down below. And if you want to see more Wingfeather related videos, consider subscribing to my channel, and hopefully I'll get to see you all in another video. But that pretty much does it for me. Ciao for now.